Welcome back guys to another video, and today I thought I'd do a compilation of some awesome tips and tricks that can help you guys out in Fallout 4, and some of these are genuinely really helpful. When doing a bit of research into this and actually finding some that I personally didn't know myself, some of these genuinely help out in certain situations, and I thought I'd go ahead and share these with you guys today. Now I do want to give quick credit to a Reddit user known as Dialoop95 for a lot of the tips and tricks in this video, and let's get straight into this. So the first tip I'm going to be bringing you guys today is actually to do with the Lone Wanderer perk. This perk in general is the 4th perk down the charisma tree and offers some great advantages when not rolling with a companion. So if you don't have a companion with you, you gain 15% less damage and plus 50 carry weight, which in general are great advantages. But of course, the downside is that you can't have a companion with you, with the exception though of dog meat. For whatever reason, dog meat doesn't actually apply to this, and you can actually have the bonuses of this while having dog meat as a companion. And this is something great to know, if you're somebody out there who likes to have dog meat as a companion of other people, this is definitely a perk that you are gonna want to invest in. Once again, I'm not entirely sure if this is a glitch that will eventually get patched, because dog meat does count as a companion, and technically according to the description of this perk, the bonuses don't come into effect when having a companion with you. But once again, for whatever reason, dog meat doesn't count, and you can still have dog meat as a companion while still having this awesome perk. While we're still on the subject of companions, there's actually 2 companions in the game that have some cool kind of perks with them. For instance, Nick Valentine can actually hack terminals for you, while Kay can actually pick locks for you. This is just something to take into consideration when going to certain places, and if you know this, you can choose to take a certain companion with you that can definitely help you out in certain situations. Another tip for you power armor users out there: never let your fusion cores drain out completely. Whenever they are very low on energy and pretty much on their last legs, take them out and sell them to traders. You can sell them at the exact same price as you would for a normal fully charged fusion core, and it's better than just leaving them and letting them run dry completely. And depending on your skill tree and skills in general, they can actually sell for quite a bit of money too, which is pretty damn awesome. 2 more quick and quite obvious power armor tips that I do want to include into this anyway are that when sprinting using VATS and using the heavy melee while using the power armor, it actually drains the fusion core a lot quicker than it would when walking, which you can actually walk pretty quickly in power armor anyway, and standing still. And just in case you didn't know as well, you can actually fast travel using power armor, and it also doesn't drain any of the fusion core. And even when the fusion cores run out, you can still fast travel to different locations with your power armor. Some other useful tips, this time going towards item management, is actually to do with the weapons workbench. Using this, you can kind of categorize your whole weapons inventory. If when renaming your weapon you put a dash or a dot in front of the name for it, it will actually make the weapon go to the top of the list on the Pip-Boy. And once again, this is just great for weapon management. Let's say that you wanted to categorize some weapons into one group, you could put a dash next to all of them, and that would put them all at the top in their own little kind of group. Same thing for different weapons, you could categorize them with a dot, and that would put them in their own group, just below the dashes. And that's kind of the best way of managing your weapons inventory. Another thing that people like to do in that situation as well is instead of doing that, they'd put like a .50 and they'd put like their ammo type. So for instance, if you are using a 50 caliber sniper, you'd put .50. For several different ammo types, you may put something differently, but putting the ammo type at the start can also come in handy as well, once again in general, for just managing your items and weapons that a little bit more easier. Another inventory tip is that you can specifically tag crafting materials 1 at a time rather than doing it like 3 at a time, which is what normally happens when trying to do this. But if you actually go into your inventory, then go over to the junk section and then select any piece of junk item that you have that you can see, it breaks down into certain things, and you select container view or material view, you can actually see what the item breaks down into, and from there you can select each one specifically that you want to tag for search. Once again, this is a great way to tag specific items for search, and just in general, another great inventory tip for those of you out there who didn't know about this one. For the second last major tip of the video, this one's going to be more towards hacking. I know a lot of people do struggle with this in Fallout 4, and there's actually something that you can do that can help you guys out quite a bit. When hacking, you want to look out for 2 brackets that close each other off, or 2 items that close each other off. I'll have a list of those on screen as well. And basically, if you have 2 brackets that close each other off, even if there's something in between them, so let's say that you have 1 bracket and then you have something like, you know, an apostrophe, a dot, you know, a slash in between it, but then you have another bracket which closes the whole thing off. If you click on that, it will either do one of 2 things. It will either remove the dud words from the list, which will help you guys out dramatically. That's the one that you want to kind of go for or hopefully get. Or it will reset the tries that you have to actually complete the hack in general. So that's just a quick tip there. That's definitely something that you guys want to look out for. Once again, I'll have a few examples on screen of what you kind of want to look out for. And that racks it up for the hacking side of the video. And for the final tip, which I don't actually have gameplay of, but this does actually work. If you're pickpocketing somebody who's wearing power armor, you can actually steal their fusion core, which will then make them get out of the power armor, and then you can actually steal the frame. It's a bit of a sneaky one there, but definitely, once again, make them in handy in certain situations when playing Fallout 4. And that concludes this tips and tricks video. Once again, I just thought I'd throw in a bunch of tips and tricks into one video. Of course, credit going out to Dyloop95 there, and I thought I'd go ahead and compile them all into one video. Another video that I'm thinking about making is a tips and tricks advanced guide for settlement building. I don't know if you guys do want to see that. Let me know if you do by leaving a like on the video. And it's going to be a bunch of tips and tricks for settlement building, because there's quite a few on the console versions and PC that I do know that could come in handy for a lot of you guys out there. So once again, leave a like if you do want to see that. Leave a like if this helped you out today. Subscribe if you guys are new around, and I'll catch you guys next time with a brand new video. Peace out.